The church is not going to chase you for divorcing, but are they going to allow you to be the lead singer? It happened to me. I was going to church, and I was very cool with my pastor then.
House on the Rock,
I'm not going to mention the name. When I was going through my divorce, it's one of the things that drew me away from the church.
Right.
My pastor came and said, yeah, you can come to the church, but you're going to sit at the back.
Sometime in 2014, Daddy Freeze trended because his marriage of about 10 years was ending, and it was kind of messy stories following the divorce and the breakup. Daddy Freeze is sharing almost or over 10 years later that the church broke his heart during that period. Even though he got married later on to his new wife, Benedicta, he still feels like he's hurt from his experience with the church at the time. He shared that he was very close to his pastor, but when the divorce thing was happening, the pastor said, Oga, you have to sit at the back during this period. He even claimed that he thinks one of the things that killed Osinachi, you guys know Osinachi now, Ekweme, the singer that passed from domestic violence. He said one of the things that he thinks ended her life was because, or why she didn't leave her marriage, was because of what would the church say. You guys, what do you think about that? Let me know in the comment section. And the first shared about his sad experiences with the church during his vulnerable period of going through a divorce. It's a real show, you guys. Welcome to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Divorcees and separated women are ostracized by the church. And I believe that's one of the reasons why Osinachi died. Let me break this down to you. The church is not going to chase you for divorcing, but are they going to allow you to be the lead singer?
So people feel like they have to stay.
It happened to me. I was going to church. I was very cool with my pastor. I'm not going to mention the name. Through my divorce. It's one of the things that drew me away from the church. Pastor came and said, yeah, you can come to the church, but you're going to sit at the back. I'm going through a divorce. I'm getting married to somebody else. So that means I can never bring the person to this church again. Make it make sense. And then, because my brain is like an encyclopedia, I remember John chapter 4, the woman with the woman at the well, who had 5 husbands and was living with one that was not her husband. Yes. It is so powerful. I've only divorced once.
It's not even yet for.
Somebody now tried to interpret that and said, those days, the woman had 5 husbands, all of them had died. I'm like, really? That's how 5 people die, and they will not consider you Ogbanji, and another person will allow you to live with them. All the women that read Bible for me, most of them are divorced. You're a good person. Even if you're not a good person, our job is to help you become a good person.
Daddy Freeze said he's not going to call the name of the pastor that was his friend and asked him to sit at the back. Anyways, Trude gave a hint that was it House on the Rock, and Daddy Freeze said he's not going to mention the name. So we're going to leave it at that. Anyways, what do you guys think about Daddy Freeze sitting at the back of the church? I know a lot of people are not going to see anything bad with that, because a lot of people grew up in churches where all Pentecostal or Orthodox churches, then if somebody gets pregnant out of wedlock, they'll say sit at the back seat. Like sometimes they say church gives suspension for 3 months, 6 months. The truth is, even when I was younger, I always had a bit of an issue with that sit at the back. I'm not saying that it was 100%. I get they wanting to discipline the person, but I never understood the whole, how would I put it? Like, okay, this person's sin is public, so let us, publicly shame the person. I never understood, because I used to always say then that some people are actually doing the same thing this person is doing, but this one won't just cast because Bele enter, and now the person has to sit at the back. But let me know your thoughts are in the comments. I think some people are still going to say, they like it, sit at the back. If you go and sin and the sin cast, sit at the back. Okay, so basically now who hide the sin pass? Now you no go sit down for back, abi? And this is in no way saying people should just go ahead and be, getting married 1 year, 2 years, divorced for no reason. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that a lot of times when people talk about the church, I am reminded that the church is human beings. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people come together. They are the church. Church is not a building, The people inside the church are the ones making the decisions, are the ones saying, don't come to church, you are divorced, are the ones saying, don't stand there, you are divorced, and all those kind of things. And I get trying to, keep the sanctity of the church. I understand that, because if somebody, for instance, is in public or trends on social media for, let's say, a scandal of adultery and all those kind of things, and the church members see the person on the altar the next day trying to preach, it's not going to rub off well, if you ask me. So I get all those kind of taking measures to sanctify or to keep the sanctity of the church, but you know, I feel like everything should just be done in love. Everything should be done in love. And I get how Daddy Freeze is hurt, but we're not going to say, oh, people should just, even though, yes, everybody should come into the church and the church is healing and trying to make everybody be good. But look at Daddy Freeze now. Even though it's clear that he didn't have a very good first marriage, but with his second marriage now, he keeps on talking about how much of a good husband he is. He said, oh, he doesn't cheat, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. So it's the same thing we're talking about. He might have not had a very good first experience, but now he is showing that he's a better person. So I think that's what the church does for you. You come in and you don't want to continue the things that you were doing that were in making poor decisions. So it's not like, oh, you came in and you were a wife beater and the woman left you and you now say, oh, I'm coming to church, I'm still preaching, and you beat wife number 2, you beat wife number 3. That's not what they're saying. Or because you want the church to accept you or whatever thing you are doing. That's not the kind of thing we're talking about here. We're talking about you are coming, you are getting better. What do you guys think in the comments? And do you think that Daddy Freeze should still find his way to church or continue with his online free? Is it free the shipples? Now I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, this is what happened. This man was really hurt by pastors, and maybe that is why his mission, his second mission in life is to make sure that he calls out Nigerian pastors, especially when they are doing things that he feels are not right. What do you guys think in the comment section? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all in my next video. You guys, bye.